shout out here. Very peaceful walk. Yesterday was a zoo. There were people milling around all over the place. I happened to have 2 dog walks for a client. Really, technically 3, but anyway. And every time I went out, it was just like people milling all over creation. Today, opposite. So far, anytime I've been outside, it's cloudier. It's actually cooler. Yesterday was blazing hot sun. Yesterday, of course, we also had the farmer's market up in the Rittenhouse area, which could have added to it. I don't know what's going on today. What's keeping people indoors other than having been outside yesterday. But I'm appreciating the peace. Much welcomed. I experienced many years of never having any peaceful moments at all because of what I experienced it really began in 2011. I was made to believe I'd be murdered in my apartment at 66 South 19th Street, apartment 1F, which is the apartment in the front of that row home, if you will. My mom and aunt's phone lines down in Jacksonville, Florida were severed in time so that when I tried to call my mom, and this is after I already talked to my sister and wound up picking her up and dragging her back here with me. I got the disconnected jingle. So, we're sorry, the phone number you're trying to reach has been disconnected. And it had connected the day before, before I was made to believe I'd be murdered in my apartment. And they had, people had to come out to fix it. And if that weren't enough, the games commenced and it became just an all-out slaughter of whistleblower harassment. It's hard to explain. I knew it was almost like a message got downloaded to my brain saying, you will now have to put up with this for the rest of your life. We are so not kidding. It was like a circus zoo, constant running around. I kept being fed or offered, if you will, dog walking gigs. Dog walking was supposed to be sort of a temporary fix to a job situation where I was even thinking about transferring to another state and everything in 2010. Anyway, this sort of kept me stuck in dog walking, and work kept coming. It was very popular to be a dog walker back then. So I just kept going with it because I couldn't figure out where else to go, but I also was in hyper mode and spent a lot of time applying to a lot of different jobs. I set up all these accounts with different universities because if you get a job at universities, they often have a special system. You log into their career web page, if you will. You have to create an account. You keep your resume on there. You look for any jobs that match up with, your skills and talents and education. I did that, but I was at very hyper PTSD / anxiety / anything you can think of. We were operating on fumes way up in the sky. And I can't believe I was even functioning, but we are talking very bizarre behavior by people who want to make you look crazy as a target, but they are messed up in the brain. It's not cute. I know sometimes when you're in artsy areas like a city, people sort of put on skits. It's different than that, or they sort of play act, and maybe they're practicing for a part. This is different. These people are trained to kill through innuendo, nuance, psychological manipulation, attacks on the street theater. We are so not kidding. So for 7-8 years, it just was nonstop. The first time I experienced any silence or peace, oddly, was in 2015 or 2016, the Super Bowl, February of 2016. The Super Bowl, I know Seattle, I think for some reason I thought Seattle was in the Super Bowl. I don't know why. I have a whole bunch of associations. And I was Philly had nothing to do with the Super Bowl that year. And I was where did everybody go all of a sudden? First weekend in February 2016, that was the first day of peace where it's I looked around thinking, okay, is this the start of a better existence? And it was to an extent. Things changed, but still, a lot of things were to come. It's hard to explain. unless there were phases of what they call gang stalking and it became a different type of experience. But like today, very peaceful, loving it. The only thing would be, now I would like to have a normal income, normal work, and start all over again like I did years ago and was, you know, technically really interrupted by whatever kicked off in 2011. I know the number 11 has something to do with it. It's almost like my mom experienced something. She was born in 1941, and then in I guess 71, 72, she started experiencing something because there was a divorce. It became a whole big thing. No one in our region, you know, she was really the first woman to sort of experience this type of divorce in our area. And it was kind of humiliating, very upsetting, disturbing, scary, especially if you're a single woman who was working but had